Welcome back. You're watching Hunter x Hunter, and who could have even considered that the Kurapika would have been so efficient at taking down such a strong member of the Phantom Troop? Well, anyone who has seen it before and is here just to see my reaction to it, I guess, but Kurapika doesn't do things by halves. Needs to find out whether or not his chains can actually function properly and restrict the Phantom Troop and the spiders, and well, testing out one-on-one against the strongest, well, physically strongest, looks like it might go alright. And now that he's down, there's a few more to go. There's still the underlying story of what, Greed Island? Gon and Killua still need to make up all the money to try and get a copy. Leorio is doing his own thing. And remember, they're also hunting the Phantom Troop now. So what's going to happen? I like the rather subdued little OST for this. See if anyone else can do all the research and everything for you. What are you planning? What's he going to do with the hunter card? Would just use the fact that he's a hunter to his benefit, or is he thinking of selling it for money? And it's kind of funny watching the previous few episodes where Kurapika is fighting for, well, kind of his life, but also for retribution, for vengeance, for the honour of his clan. And then Leorio and the others are just arm wrestling for some spare change. Or what's essentially spare change, considering how much they actually need to make. Okay. And first they're going to need some information. Where can they find a lead? Ah, he did. And just giving it away so easily. Okay? Are they going to go back at a later date and get his hunter license back, or is Gon just fine with giving it up, considering the main reason for being a hunter was just to start on his journey of finding his father? What did you notice? Knife? A famed blacksmith and mass murderer. He has some spare time on his hands. He just thought it looked cool. And why is it on a... Ah. Now, what could it be? Yep. Really focus! You almost got it. Now, just like the cassette and everything else, if they had trained their eyes on it before... So what's this knife got going for it? And what any normal person might just pass off as like ordinary junk or whatever could actually be... What you're willing to pay? Ah, I see. So you've got to come back at various times of the day just to put down your new prices, see if it's been beaten. I prefer just a set price. I'll pay that. I can go home now. I've got things to do. I think you can keep it. See if you can do a little bit of mathematics. That's 800, right? Someone else has been going around with the same eye. Well, then all you have to do is find an item, put down a price, and wait to see who comes along later, because obviously he's going around trying to beat the bids. Now I wonder who has that weird face. Well, they should have checked beforehand before spending money on it. A slightly less prestigious version of the auction. Because you'd have people with actually discerning eyes looking at it, but... yeah, obviously. Oh yeah. Well, that adds to the value right there. Fairly good, considering how much they would have started the price at. Still a fair ways away from the billions they need. Is it the box or the statue? Which one of them has the aura? On just the wood value alone? I mean, it's a fair amount of money. I'd sell the other two, but have a look at the wood a little more. Get a second opinion, maybe. Someone with, Someone with a bit more information on what's going on here. The contents. Thought there'd be something inside. I need to go in the back and study the wood. And so, well, actually, if everyone uses the same kind of altar... Oh, there's the statue. Quick, have a look. And then just giving them money for the wood like promised. Right, just look inside, I guess. So now we're just getting a back and forth for whether or not things are genuine or not. They're the true articles. There's only one way to find out. And considering that they found this, what, a mere few hours ago. Not really attached. Let's break it open and see. It's just, what, another 80,000 if it's nothing. Then he would obviously believe him just because he says he's a pro appraiser, but there's no faltering in those eyes. Excuse me? Seems like a bit of a stretch. I mean, sure, he was certain of it, but... Okay, that must have been packed tightly in there if it wasn't even jingling. But they didn't sell the other pieces even though it was a fair price. I mean, they would have been ripped off beforehand, so... They wouldn't have got any money for any of the treasure. Buy him lunch. How hard up is he if he's like, okay, 20% of the valuable jewelry, but oh no. Okay, this lunch might be more than what they'd get for the gold. They had a certain sense about them. Will he know about Greed Island if they were to tell him. Question for a question seems like a fair trade. That's 2 questions. I mean, they will be trying to get the best deal they can there, so yeah, they would get the full price of everything, but... Garbage? What made him say that? Just nonchalantly, shit. I'm not throwing it away, though. A mystery. There must have been some story or something that drew him to it, some bit of antiquity. Oh, he made it. It's a fake. It's a fake, but it still had this Nen aura to it. And he has to buy it to get it off the street to make sure that none of his actual works are devalued because of the fakes. No idea. He's a hunter, I think. But what variety of hunter is he? I think we got a bit before with... I can't remember his name. The smartly dressed fast walker hunter. His dad is a ruin explorer type thing. Is that what it was? And so let's make a deal. Let's form up a partnership, as it were. Well, they seemed interesting. Yeah, it's a fairly simple reason, as if any. But it is tailor-made for every individual. Don't pass it off as some cheap knockoff. Well, aesthetically, it might be a little weird. Even it did have a love put into its crafting. However, through their conversation just now, they've proved themselves to be at least somewhat trustworthy. Or do they have a reason to turn him down? How much he makes for them. Or saves them, I guess. Teach the doctoring methods. Well, learning the tricks of the trade and whatnot having someone that is also interested in all of the field itself. He just wants to absorb all the information. And yeah, I did catch the wrong end of the sequel earlier. I don't think I read properly. Selective dyslexia made me think that he was a craftsman and people counterfeiting him instead of he was making counterfeits of the originals. That makes a lot more sense. Easier to... An autopsy? I see. Just to prove that it's real. So for every time that the techniques to actually catch out forgeries and fakes and trickery go forward, so does the underhand ways to try and hide it. They forget to check the sides or whatever. What's with Gon's face there? They've got a hit. Ah, I see. The samurai and the healer. One of her stitches. What about their paintings and shit? Yeah, I guess he's in charge of it. They hired him, I guess. Well, they've met a new face. They've got a step further on their path to get a little bit of money towards the game. But yeah, with the Phantom Troop now being caught out, being tracked down, as it were, even if you have found them, what can Gon and Kiddo actually do about it? Is that, oh, can you come with us, please? If I ask nicely enough, maybe, but I don't have Kurapika's chains, and I don't believe any normal handcuffs or anything would work. And I wonder if Solka will actually expand his deal with Kurapika to include these lot as well. Seems to be like it might be beneficial to him. And keeps them close for him to judge their growth. If they can't suck up anything that's alive, so you can't go in to check because, well, your heart's beating, you're conscious. What about unliving objects? We've seen that, you can suck up the chairs. So, camera? But I suppose even if you did have the capabilities to get a video signal back out of the vacuum cleaner, Shizuku herself probably wouldn't be all too eager to help with any kind of scientific exploits about what's actually going on with her ability. And I guess seeing the appraisal of artifacts here, what can be valued as true. Also, if you've got something that's like, oh yeah, I've got this statue here, it's not actually worth that much, let me just take it in the back and have another look. No mate, we can go in the back with you, or you appraise it out here. I'm not letting you with it out of eyesight before you've paid for it. Also, for a few hours work just walking around a market and, oh, that's got a faint sense of something, I'll have that. They've made, well, if they sold the statue at its 80,000 price point, would have made 500,000, 500 million? 500, how much was it? 500,000? Whatever it was, they would have made it relatively easily. There was no actual real work done other than a little bit of legwork walking around. The uses of Nen, no matter kind of how menial, starting to spread out a little. And also, now that I understand his story a little better, instead of being the complete ass backwards of what it actually is, going from trying to make some quick money making counterfeits of actual pieces to becoming an appraiser so he can actually tell them apart, turned his life fully around there. Now trying to get everything that he made off the market as, well, whenever he can, really. But also, having that conversation there has gone, it's like, this vase isn't trash. We can sense by the aura in it that you've put in the time and effort and craft to make it. Might have made him feel a little good. But really, selling off the hunter license, now that they've made a bit back, well, going to make a bit back after he sells off the items for, is going to be buying back the license before it's fully pawned off properly, before it's lost to the ether. And really, if you're in dire need of money, then sure, pawning stuff is one way to do it, but really not reliable. Unless it's something that you're okay with parting with, I would never do it. I guess all throughout this entire journey, Gon has easy come, easy go with pretty much everything. So all we need to do now is sit back and see what happens with the spiders. They've been tracked down. They're now on their way to do something about it, I guess. So if we meet up with Kurapika as well, all the better. They might need it since someone has already gone up and came out victorious. But if you have enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Maybe subscribe to the channel, you won't miss out next week's uploads. Make sure to get yourselves a bit of rest. We'll see you in the next one.